Alright, let's now start to add some controllers to our character. Before doing any controllers and add any constraint work, we need to be sure that all our rotation joints is freezed. We don't like to start to add any constraint with any value to any rotation x in our joints. It will not be that dangerous, but that's preferred. As I mentioned before, when we do anything, we need to be sure that it's freezed before doing any work, any animation work. So to select all of these, we can now click on shift, click here, click in the first one, go down, select this one. So now we are sure that we selected everything, or we can just click on the root and go to select hierarchy. So Maya will start to select all the hierarchy, or we can select it, right click, select hierarchy. Select hierarchy. Okay. Now we can hit freeze transformation. When we start to check, we will start to see that rotation has been freezed for all. Okay, you think now, but the translation is still taking some values. It will not be freezed, and it's not necessary. So for that reason, it doesn't be affected with freeze transformation, because the most important now is the rotation. Because if you think all the work will be always rotation, we don't select it and make something like this in real life. We don't make our fingers to be be something like this. So it's always about rotation. So let's starting by finishing the leg, and to do that we need to create a controller to the IK, because as we mentioned before, we can't select the IK handle. We have to create a controller. So to make a cubic, I can just make a circle, and I will do circles, but maybe you see sometimes a square controller. So how we can do a square controller inside Maya? We have to go to curve tool, EP curve tool, but option box, and be sure it's linear, not cubic, because cubic will make, when we go here in a corner, it will be smooth, but if it was linear, it will be sharp, and that's what we need for now. The second thing, that we need this guy to be live. Live means it will be something like a magnetic, because as you can see, if we started now to try to draw on the cube, maybe you think that I do that, but actually I don't. It's laying down on the floor, on the grid. So we need to convert it to a magnetic, which is the live feature here. Make selected object live, so that will make it with green color in the wireframe, and it will be magnetic. Now I will start to hold V in my keyboard to click here, click this one here, And yeah, I will draw above it, don't worry. Now I will hold C to snap it exactly on this guy. Let's hold C. Alright, I will hit enter and delete it. Instead of holding V, hold C, please. So Maya will start to snap the EP curve tool uh, on the edge here. So I will draw with this mode to see it better. Hold C. Okay, I am pressing C, by the way. Hold, keep pressing C. Maybe if I will hit undo. For this one, I will switch and hold V to snap it exactly on the EP curve tool. And let's see if I did it. I didn't. So it's click here. Okay. Now hold C again. Yeah, I know there is a little bit shift here, but it will not be visible. We just need a shape, something to work with. I don't see. Yeah, enter, center pivot, disable the live, and we have it here. And for this little guy, you can select the CVs, select all of them, and scale them to be exactly on top of each other, and that's it. We don't need this one anymore. And we have this little guy which will copy all our coming controllers from it. So now I'm selecting this guy here. I will hit V in my keyboard to snap it exactly here. And before doing anything, I need to freeze the transformation. Don't ever forget this. Maybe I will make it a little bit like this. Freeze again because I shifted a little bit, and name it left foot controller. Now we need to make it controlling the IK. So during this selection, I will go to the let's make it left foot handle, left arm handle. Right. Control C, Control V, changing the first word. Right. Okay, perfect. Save. Now select it and go to left foot and hit constrain point. Option box. Be sure maintain offset is on, and we can now select it and start do this. But maybe if we started to rotate it, maybe we wanted to add another layer to make this movement. So we will select it again, but this time we will make it manipulate. All right, okay, man. We will make it manipulate this one here with constraint orient it. So now let's say we need to make this, but in the middle maybe you want to make this, so we can do all this. All right, okay. Yeah. Also, let's see the pull vector here. The pull vector X will do this move, which is very nice and very accurate movement. So we need to make another curve, and I will go to create type, and in this type I want the type to be curve. So I will just want to make it L. I want to add L, and this L I want it to be just a curve. So I forgot where I can make it just a curve, even from geometry. If I create curve from type, hit it, center pivot. Yeah, this one what I did. I don't want this guy here, so I want it center pivot, and select it and snap it maybe here. So hold V, middle mouse button, drag it here, make it a little bit smaller. Nice. Now freeze transformation, left knee controller, Control C because I didn't name it. Oh, left foot controller. Oh, great! I already named it. So this guy. Okay, we don't want this entire group for sure. So I will select the group from edit and ungroup it. So now delete history. Everything is clear. So I will select it. Then left foot controller, constraint, pull vector. Just pull vector. We don't need the option box in anything. So for any reason, if you wanted to start to drag this, that will work perfectly. Now, also maybe we want to make some tool work here. So to do that, we need to add some attributes to this guy here to manipulate these three fingers. For some reason, maybe I don't know if you want your T-Rex or your dinosaur to manipulate every single finger. That's weird actually, because they don't. But maybe in another animal, so you know the info how to do it. So I will go now to modify, add attribute, name one as index from -5 to maybe 5, maybe -10 to 10. It depend on you actually, so, or it depend on the, I think 5, because in human we add 10, because human closing its hand to the maximum. This one we will not do that. I'm talking about hands. For leg actually, it 5 is very, it's fair enough. It's enough. So now we can go to modify, add attribute, make another one to the middle, -5, 5, okay, another one, which is pinky, -5, 5, okay, and this one here we don't need the visibility scale, so right click on them, look and hide selected. We definitely we need the move, we need rotation, and we need this. So how we can make these manipulating the fingers? So first of all we need to switch to animation key and set driven key feature. This guy will be the driver, and let's start with the pinky. So pinky will be driven. So pinky now need to manipulate what? Manipulate, alright, X, Y, and Z. Rotate X, Y, and Z. So when we hit key now, that means when pinky 0, these need to be 0 too. So key, rotate, pinky will manipulate, rotate, key. And when pinky be to the maximum, these need to be to the maximum too. So I think maximum will be something maybe like this. So let's make this 5. Oh, I want to test something. I want to override, okay, Z. So let's play just with Z for now. Z will do the work. So maybe -22 is just fine for this guy. Key, let's test it. Great. So what about minus? Minus, when we want for some reason make it like this, so 15 is fair enough. Key, perfect. Okay, let's do the same to the rest. Select both of these, load the driven, rotate X, Y, Z. I could make it rotate Z, just pinky, middle will just drive the Z, and pinky will just drive Z. But I prefer in fingers and toes to add all of the rotation, because maybe at some point maybe we needed to play with another thing except Z. So if I wanted to do that, I already I was cautious enough, and I reloaded all the rotation. So don't surprise in the in the middle of the work that, oh my god, I should load the y and the x2. So I do it from the beginning, even if I didn't need them, and I will not lose anything. This will not affect anything. It's better than nothing. So key now, then this one will be here, these guys will be maybe here, 22. What is this? Yeah, 22, like its brother. Key, and when it's minus, I believe these will be 13, like its brother. Key. Let's test. All right, middle didn't take a key yet. Key. Middle. What the hell? Middle, I want middle to play with these guys. And key, what's happening? Oh, for some reason, there's something weird. Yeah, they broke. Okay, again. Select this guy, and load driven, rotate, key, and when it's key, and when it's in the maximum, I want them to be minus 22. Key, and when it's in minus 5, I want them to be 13. Yeah, they worked now. Both of them working perfectly. Okay. Now to the index. Selecting the index here to drive. The driven index joins, rotate X. Okay, when index, when it's in 0, it will be on 0, key. And when it's in 5, these should be minus 22, so key. And when this is minus 5, these should be 13 and hit key. And now when I test, all of them, they should be working just fine. Okay, great. Save. Okay, so in another file I prefer. Maybe for some reason I want to go back. So now make it like this and make this like this, and usually we make this guy to be a child to this one, P. So usually we need to move it and the knee start to move with the leg, because if I didn't do that and this went to maybe something like this, you will start to see the knee will be flip, because knee now, this one, start to following the controller, which is still in the original position. So I need to move it. So to avoid this action, usually I make this guy to be a child to this one. So I will avoid this, and for some reason If I wanted to manipulate the knee, I will start to do it. Yes, perfect. Save. Now let's do the other leg. So I want to click here, Control D. Okay, I will break this connection now, or I will break this connection now. Select it and hold V. Make it exactly in the center of this joint. Freeze transformation. When I tried to make a freeze transformation, I found that there is something here. It told me that it's connected with something, and actually it's not connected with anything, but for some reason transform was not applied because left foot control scale is locked. Okay, it's locked. He searched for the scale which I locked before, so I don't want to bother myself with the scale. I don't want to bring it back, unlock it, freeze, and lock it again. So instead of doing that, I will go to modify, freeze transformation, option box, remove that check of a scale, and please freeze the translate and rotate. It will be like this. But next time when you use freeze transformation, please don't forget to recheck the scale again and hit it. Now I want to make it right. Great. And make it controlling this guy, constraint point, test it, select this guy, and I want it to be exactly here. So I will make sure that I am selecting the x-axis. So when I snap it, it will not work except on the x-axis. So now I'm active the x-axis, holding V middle mouse button and click and drag. So it will be in front of the knee. Actually, I don't want it. It's L, and what I want now I want it to be R for right. And go to geometry, create curve, center pivot, delete this guy, make, okay, it's two curves which I don't prefer. So again, create type, it will be small, not capital. And center pivot. Okay, now I will be sure that I am selecting the middle here. So all of these axes now are deactivated because I don't want this one to be highlighted or this one to be highlighted. Or this one to be highlighted. So to deactivate this activation, I need to click on the middle. Now it's free. So now when I hit V, middle mouse, click and drag, it will jump here. And now I will just make it snap to this one, holding C, middle mouse. So I hold it C with, and I was sure that this one is active because if it wasn't active, and if I hold it C now, middle mouse and drag, it will jump to it. But as long as this one is active, and even if I hold it C drag, it will just move to the active X, which what I want actually. And okay, scale it a little bit, make it like this, and freeze transformation. Let's copy this name, Control C, Control V, with changing. Right, okay. So now let's make some connection. We did it here, but we need to select this little guy, constrain orient, and this one will be with this one, constrain pull vector. Nice. And this one will be a children to this one. Now both legs working perfect without any problem. Now we need to bring the window of the driver and the driven key. This one will be the driver, and let's start with index. Select these index driven and hit key, and when index is 5, these will be 22 minus 22. Key, and when it's minus 5, they will be 13 key, and for the middle we will load driven these key, and when it's 5 they should be minus 22. When it's minus 5 these should be 13 key, and for the pin key driven these key, and when it's 5 we have the minus 22 key. When it's minus 5 we have these to be 13. Enter key. Let's test. I should test during the work, but yeah. Yeah, okay. For middle, let's fix it. Load as driven. Select them, and let's make it 22. Let's make it minus 22 key. All right, perfect. 0. Close. Thank you. Save it. Now the hand. Okay, for the hand we need to make the same actually. So we will select this little guy here, Control C, delete it, and I will make it left elbow, hand, left hand controller, select it from the middle here and hold V, snap it exactly here, maybe make it smaller. Oh, when I now try to make it smaller, I realize this. Okay, I have the choice to bring back the scale, unlock it and play with it. I have this choice. But I have another option too. I can resize it with the CVs. So it's not that big deal. The most important now that I hit freeze transformation, which I switched it back to scale actually last time. So here is left hand controller, this one, and I don't like this one actually. So, anyway, let's now go to left arm constraint point, test it. Great. Select this one here. Constraint orient test. Perfect. Now let's add a left. Okay, what do you think of push these to be here? Center pivot, center pivot. Select this one, Control D, make it here, and selecting it from the middle, hold V, middle mouse, put it here, freeze transformation, left elbow, controller, select the left arm, IK, constraint pull vector. So now maybe you want to make this action and want to reposition the elbow for some reason, and also this one will be a child to this one, so it will always follow without any problem. Now okay, Control D, make it here, delete this guy, select it from the center, hold V, the mouse button, and also select this one, Control D. But now when I make it Control D, it will be a child for this one because it's a copy from a child, so it will be a child too. So be aware of that. If you did it, you need to be sure that nothing select something it should be selected. So I will select it and I will free it, unparent it, because it will be a parent for, it will be a child for something else, which is this guy here. But let's first snap it to this one, and now I will active this. Oh, okay, I don't need to make it active. I want it actually to be snapped here first, then snap it to this guy. Yeah. Freeze. Pull vector. A child. Okay, why? Yeah, okay, why I couldn't select you? Okay, it was a bug. It was a bug. I suddenly found myself can't select it, but it was a bug. I selected from here and everything goes well. This one will be a child for this one, and for sure this one will constrain point for this and will constrain orient for this. One last thing here left, which is set driven key. This one will be driver. Let's play with the index. Okay. We did the leg, but we didn't do the hand. So let's play with the hand for both key, set driven key set. This one will be driver. Actually, this one will be what we have to move. Yeah, this one what will for this model. So this one will be driven, and actually because it's too simple, and I realized now that this guy here need to be rotated. Okay, let's rotate it on object. Let's unify the Z also. Because when I tried to rotate it to the Z, I found the Z is going in a very weird direction. So yeah, index rotate Z key, and when index go to the maximum, this will go to the maximum. Let's say this is the maximum, which is minus 66 key, and when it's in the minimum, let's make it maybe 45 key. The same to the middle, and the middle will be fixed also. Yeah. Middle already key, and when it's in the maximum, it will be minus 66 key, and when it's in the minus, it will be it will be 45 key. Okay, middle already load driven, it's a binky. Middle already key. For that reason it didn't work. And when it's 5, this is going to be minus 66 key. When it's minus 5, this is going to be 45 key. All right, now for the pinky, load the pinky. You specify the X key. When it's 5, this will be minus 66, which is wrong because I have to fix it also. When it's in the minus, this is gonna be 45 key. Okay, we need to do the same here. And for some reason now I realized that this wasn't freezed, which we can leave it as it is. So if I freeze it, it will work. So I have to double check. Everything have to be freezed. So now, yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's what should I do? All right, here yeah, here yeah, there is a little bit shift here. I didn't, but that will not affect the movement. When we start to make skinning, it will not be that bad. It will work. we have the same shift here. So I don't know how I didn't see it before, but maybe that happened after making the adding the IK sometime make some shift here. So but anyway, that sometimes happen with the hands. So it's not that problem. We will see if we found something bad after scanning. I will reposition them, but it will not, because I know that they still can be influence the mesh correctly without anything. So let's continue here. Index, and for this one will be the driven. Z key 5 and minus 66. Okay, I didn't fix it yet. Well, when I make it, when index is 5, this should be 66 key, and when index 0, this should be 0 key, and when index minus 5, this should be minus 45 key. Let's reload this guy, rotate Z, and let's double check the axis orientation. So key, and when this one is 5, this one should be 66 key, and this one will be minus 5, this will be minus 45 key, and for the pin key, load driven, translate Z, and before hitting key, let's fix it. Obviously they have changed when I moved them, so when pin key is 0, this should be 0 key, rotate Z will be 0, and when this be positive, this should be 66, and when it's minus, okay, when it's 5, this will be key, and when this is 0, they should be 0, and when this is minus, this should be 45 minus 45. Okay. Okay, can you tell me why is that? Because something very important. I missed to select the pin key. Oh, I have to. Okay, I finish it. I will finish it and take a break because maybe I need to take a break. So pinky rotating Z key, and when pinky is 5, this should be 66 key, and when this is -5, this should be -44 key. Let's test it. When this one is 5, this one will be key. Okay. Pinky. Oh, I forgot to reload the left hand, maybe, or what? Yeah. So the left hand is here, and the left hand now start to manipulating this. So it's not that bad to see some problem and how to fix it. So everything fixable, everything we can fix everything. So this is the right load driver. Select this guy, load driven, and rotate Z, index, when index 0, this should be 0, so key. So I will rewrite this. I have to break it, right click and break connection, pinky, index, rotate Z, key. And when index is 5, we need it to be 66 key, and when this one's -5, this will be -45 key. Let's test it. Great. Now for the middle, we need to load the middle, rotate Z. When the middle is 0, this should be 0 key, so I rewrite above it, or maybe break connection is better. Now key. So when the middle with middle, so when the middle is 0, middle should manipulate it, break connection, and when the middle is 5, this should be 66 key, and when the middle is -5, this should be -45 key. Okay, for the pinky, select this guy and load it, break connection, and when it's 0, this one should be 0 key, and when it's 5, this one should be 66 key, and when it's -5, this one should be -45 key. Okay. Save and let's continue in another video.